Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we will be speaking about different methods that you can use to test your hair for curl pattern, porosity, density, and hair strand / thickness. If you watched our previous YouTube video, we actually spoke about hair typing and why it's important. Basically, to summarize, we said that it's important so that you can know how to build up a good hair regimen based on your hair type, and so that you can also know what sort of products to use. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy these tests or enjoy this video and you actually try out the test so you can know what sort of hair that you have, and we can all move along together. And then please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Okay, so the first test that we're going to do is the curl pattern test. As we mentioned previously, there are various categories of curl patterns, but we're going to focus mainly on type 4. And type 4 ranges from A to Z. So basically when you start off with A, those are like your coilier, curlier patterns, and then as you work your way down to Z, those are your more kinky, the ones with your Z pattern. So as we can observe here, this is our first strand. It definitely has a very Z pattern and it's kinky. So this one's more towards the end of the spectrum of type 4 hair. As for our middle one, it has a mixture of coils and Z pattern and of kinks. So it's definitely in the middle spectrum of type 4 hair. While our first one here has a very distinctive coily pattern, so we can consider this one to be part of the beginning side of the spectrum of type 4 hair. And that is it.
Okay, so there are two methods to test your hair porosity. The first is using the glass with water test. So basically you just fill a glass with room temperature water, and then you want to get some strands of hair and just drop those into the glass, and then you wait 2 to 4 minutes, and if your hair stays at the top, then your hair is low porosity. If they go towards the middle, they're medium porosity, and if they sink to the bottom, then they are high porosity. So for the second test, what you want to do is take a strand of hair, and then what you want to do is run your fingers up and down the strand, and you should be feeling some type of bumps if your hair is high porosity. If it's completely smooth, then it's low porosity. Granted, this test is not the easiest to do, so actually just spend some time feeling the strands and seeing if there are any bumps in your strands. So if there are bumps, then you're high porosity. If there are no bumps and it's smooth, then you're low porosity. For the strand test, we use a piece of thread to be able to distinguish between thick, thin, and medium-sized strands. So as you can see on the screen, the central one is the thread, and then on the right are strands that are much thinner than the thread, and towards the left those threads are much closer to the thickness of the thread.
For hair density, there are two types of tests that you can use. So for the first test, you're basically just going to analyze your scalp and let your hair loose. So you're going to try to see if you can see your scalp while your hair is just down without touching or moving your hair. So don't do it like me, because I was actually touching my hair. But as you can see, my edges are quite thin, but beyond my edges you can't really see the scalp on my head. So if you can really see your scalp on your hair, then that means you have low density. If you can't really see, but sometimes you can see, then that means you have medium. If you can't see at all, then it means you have high density. For the next step, we literally just going to analyze the circumference of a ponytail. So this is obviously going to work if you have hair that you can put up in a nice small ponytail. So you're gonna want to actually take a measuring tape and measure the circumference of that ponytail. If you get a circumference less than 2 inches, which is about 5 centimeters, then that means you have low density hair. If you get a circumference between 2 to 3 inches, which is 5 to 7.6 centimeters, then that means you have medium density hair. But if you get a circumference above 4, which is about 10 centimeters, then that means you have high density hair.
Hey guys, we hope that you enjoyed this content, that you now know what your hair porosity, your hair density, your curl pattern, and your strand size is. And that you have a somewhat good idea of what products you should pick when you go to the shops, what your hair regimen should look like, even just like a rough idea, just some guidelines, because we're gonna come back to you on that. Give us a thumbs up and a like and subscribe if you found this content to be useful. Yeah, and just share it with whoever else you think would benefit. Thank you so much. We appreciate it and love you. Peace out.
Your love is rated X. That means you're extra, extra.